You're not stuck in a nightmare. You're stuck in another McMuscles Midnight Massacre, Chapter 2. Tonight we're watching the very critically lauded and fan-loved remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
The 2010 version.
The not Robert Englund. That was happening.
No, when we were watching it, we're like, what was
the guy,
the
Freddy
guy.
Krueger.
Yeah,
we're calling it
pretty
Freddy
much.
Krueger. So yeah, this is the 2010 remake, like you said, with Jackie Earl Haley as the new Freddy Krueger.
Rorschach. So.
Rorschach, yeah. He was in something else we watched not too long ago.
No, he's just Rorschach.
He's just Rorschach. So, because he just does Rorschach's voice. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So I could not get a Freddy sweater in time. Listen, I looked for one. They had one on Killstar.
Everyone's been talking.
I know. So instead, I had bought you this super cool Freddy shirt from Florida, and I'm like, I had also got this Michael Myers one, so I figured, twinsies.
Sure, fair
Anyways, just like to get my whole outfit thing out of the way, it's super important to the review.
It is.
As you know. It's what you're here for, the fashion. But yes, continue.
You know, because it's probably one of the more interesting things to talk about when talking about the 2010 remake.
No, okay, right off the bat, you're going to say you had never seen it. I had seen it. You had never seen it.
Everyone was like talking shit about it at the time, so I just never.
So you're like, no, thank you. Plus, like, you as for me, like, there was a trifecta when these were going out. It was either you were a Halloween person, you were a Friday 13th person, or you were a Nightmare on Elm Street person. And you always had a favorite. And I was more of a Jason. For me, it went Jason first, then Michael Myers, then Nightmare. Freddy with his quips. I was like, okay, calm down. It was not for me.
It was the same for me. I watched more Nightmare on Elm Streets than I did Michael Myers.
Okay, yeah.
But I still was like, oh, Michael Myers, he's cool.
Yeah, right, because he didn't talk. Jason doesn't talk. Freddy talks too goddamn much.
Someone should talk, though. Someone needs to be the guy
one of the guys needs to be the guy that talks. And then every time we go up to the cabin with Liam and his wonderful girlfriend, we spend the weekend there in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, just binging a series. And the first time we did
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. The last time we watched all the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Mm-hmm.
But did we watch this one? No,
we didn't.
We didn't have time.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much you can do in a cabin when you're like drinking and trying not to die. There was a moose at one point. It was.
Yeah, it was a big. I don't.
It was a big to do. It was a big to do. But so we had rewatched most of the series except for this one. And then you finally watched this one a few nights ago.
Oh, we could have watched an extra one. We probably could have done it, but we did Freddy vs. Jason instead, I think,
Which was the right choice.
Which was, I guess. So, yeah, the 2010 remake is a remake of the first movie. So we have Nancy,
Rooney
played this time by Rooney Mara. We have
before she got super famous.
We have Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob / Detroit Become Human and Pet Sematary 2. Clancy Brown being in there. Mm-hmm. It's a good cast. There's the mom that's also an actress. I forget who she was, but you were like, oh, I like her a lot.
Yeah, Connie, right, and she's from Friday Night Lights, the show. I just love her. She's like a good mom character.
I've seen her in other stuff too.
But like super hot.
It's a bunch of teens getting killed by Freddy. Now, off the bat, like, honestly, that's all I can really talk about in the summary. It's because
he just starts showing up in their dreams. That's it.
So let's just go into dislikes and get them out of the way.
Yeah.
So on the back of that, hey, they're trying some things with some storyline stuff, but other stuff like, why is Freddy here? You know, we're idiots. Maybe we missed it.
Yeah, maybe we didn't get
I don't think we did, where the movie doesn't really state why Freddy has decided to come back, and
how
it puts the idea out that the parents, much like actually Freddy vs. Jason, the parents have been drugging their kids.
Yeah, so in Freddy vs. Jason, there was a reason why the kids didn't remember, and then something happened and they started remembering. But the parents actively tried to suppress. Listen, we all know the Freddy lore is the parents killed Freddy, blah, blah, and then now their kids, they're trying to, like, make them not remember, what happened.
did they all pay for them to go to psychiatrists?
Did they hypnotize them? Like, yeah, you're 5. Maybe we don't all remember stuff when we're 5.
It's also a bad idea that most of the teens look like they're in their 30s. Like the guy in the opening guy that gets killed, Kellen Lutz, whatever, he looks like he's 35. So like already.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we all went to kindergarten together. How come we all don't remember? We're like, yeah, how come y'all don't remember? And the only explanation is like, the parents took away the photos from the photo album.
That's all it takes.
So it erased their memories. Like,
and the parents are like, don't look at this photograph. There's nothing in their hand. So there's definite storyline issues.
There are some plot holes. We're gonna say it.
You know, and more in dislikes, right? So here's the iffy part. So anybody gets the role of, you know, a lot of people can be Jason, and a lot of people have. There was one Freddy for the longest time, and there's a reason why he kept the job, right? Yeah. So you put someone else in the role. Now, when we watch the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, the first one, Freddy doesn't talk all that much. He talks, certainly, but he says kind of just like scary-ish things and kind of has something approaching quips. But most of the time, compared to like Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6 or whatever, Freddy's Dead, where he just doesn't shut the fuck up, and Freddy vs. Jason as well, they kind of kept that to the same amount. And Jackie or Haley Rorschach has a cool voice. I think I wrote it down the notes. He has a cool voice. It's creepy. Yeah. The problem is that they don't really focus on him too much. His lines were good. His lines were not good, you're totally right. But they don't zoom on his face. They do the weird makeup where it's like half going over his eye. You don't get a lot of like anything from him visually. His face is usually covered in shadow, which they did in the first movie, I think. They didn't zoom on his face too much. They did it more and more as the movies go on. But this is after all those movies.
What do you want from me? I don't know, Jesse. You think you could turn back time? Answer me! No. Do you think you can bring the dead back to life? No.
He doesn't have a whole lot of charisma. Like, he tries his best, but he's just...
His face isn't defined. So the thing with Robert Englund is, how the makeup is that when you would see a picture of Robert Englund's actual face versus with him on the Freddy makeup, you distinctly see, oh, this is him, this is his face. With this new one, it's like, that could have been anyone under there. There was too thickness, and it didn't mold to his facial structure.
It goes over his eye. Just
right?
Like
so it literally could have been anyone.
I mean,
it's kind of it.
So that's
Robert Englund has a nose that's distinctive. Like,
that's the whole problem with, like, it's kind of out of the actor's hands. He can't
kind of nitpicky. It's kind of It's
kind of nitpicky, but that goes into more of the thing where, like, all over the place, there's not a lot of imagination in terms of the dream sequences. He has one or two things that are like, hey, this is like the first movie because it's a remake. But then things that they do that are new are not new. Like, he just does generic shit like, let's claw against the wall and there's sparks, and he just kind of stabs people. Now, again, you're remaking the first film, I get that, but there's nothing like new that this movie's doing. Sometimes they go in the dream world and there's green, scary lights everywhere. But like,
more Red Boiler Room stuff.
Red Boiler, yeah. And
they kept the two classic scenes which they like made homage to, which
like bad CG of heads coming out of the wall.
Well, no, I was gonna say like someone wearing. Well, first of all, we all know the iconic Johnny Depp crop top, which had a number on it, and then he infamously died in the bed scene. So someone else does, and they're also wearing a number top.
Like,
which we're like, oh, okay,
I like that. Sure,
you did that,
but like, that's not enough.
No, I know, and there's also like a bathroom scene with the bathtub, whatever. So they did that, and I was like, anyone who's like a real fan will be like, thank you that you did this little nod. But yeah, it's not enough because you kind of put these little things amongst your new stuff that wasn't that great.
Honey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, Mom.
I mean, ultimately, this comes down to what a lot of people feel is that did Nightmare on Elm Street need to be remade? Hey, look, we're doing some other remake movie reviews later on. This one, there was nothing new in it. There's no like updating to any modern times. It's basically the same movie. So what was the point? Nothing that this did made it any better or more interesting. There was, remember, later on, they start putting this plot line about like, well, did Freddy do these things as a kid? And I was like,
to the kids.
I was like, wait, hold on, because this is interesting.
Because you were like this, you were like, yeah. So it always makes more sense if someone's been wrongfully killed. Like if the parents killed this
Halloween
guy.
Jack.
Oh, don't bring that up. Now I'm all like, no.
It's fine, continue on.
If the thing was Freddy didn't do these things, which is harm these kids in like very horrible ways or whatever, and they just thought he did, and the kids lied, and then they murdered him, so obviously he's gonna come back and take vengeance, which he should on the kids, because they're like, you fucking lied about me, your parents killed me. But then it twisted, and then it's like, no, he didn't.
Fucking Lex Luthor,
Video
Mr.
evidence.
Krabs over there, literally threw a Molotov cocktail at you and don't get revenge on him. Yeah, you're getting revenge by killing his kid, but...
There were just so many questions, so many, like, they tried to make it seem like he was actually innocent, but then he wasn't. Then we're like, I mean, okay, I guess. Like,
the problem with all of this is that even though we're, like, shitting on it, like, the movie still wasn't terrible. It wasn't a disaster.
Like, yeah.
So I feel it's like if you could have, this could have been alright. This could have been an alright remake. It had potential, but it squanders it. It stays too close to the original movie, but then again, also not doing enough to make itself different. And like Jackie Earle Haley, again, like big shoes to fill, and doesn't quite do them. Like he's kind of menacing, but just. It like they didn't really want to know what they wanted to do with this. Do we want this to be like what Freddy turned it to be, or do we want it to be like the first one? We can't have both, and you didn't satisfy.
You didn't do either. Yeah.
So, was there anything you liked other than that, aside from the Johnny Depp crop top?
It wasn't even a crop. What a shame, you fucking cowards.
I said the cast was good.
No, they were good. They were pretty good. John Connor was okay.
Yeah, it was gory.
Yeah, we said we didn't like the amount of actual gore there was.
I thought this was going to be a PG-13 thing.
No, it's a horror movie, baby.
Yeah, but they've made other ones like kind of PG-13ish in the past. Depends on the subject material. But like, I was surprised, but I was okay. I didn't mind Rooney Mara. It's weird to see her in like schlock like this.
Yeah.
And she was like did the brooding artist bit well enough, and I was like, well, she was good. She had enough charisma. And the blonde girl, I was like, oh, okay, she's good too. But the cast was surprisingly strong, and aside from Jackie Earle, aside from the star of the show, so it just kind of sucks it didn't work out for him, because I still feel like that actor, like if he's allowed to, he can be a Rorschach.
I think he did the best
that he could. So I was actually surprised with how much I didn't hate this. Like, would I watch it again? No.
Because you had this preconceived, like, this is going to be horrible, everyone hated it, so I'm going to watch it, it's going to be terrible. But, like, little did they know we watch a lot of terrible movies. So, by comparison, it really wasn't that bad.
Compared to
It was no Halloween Jack.
Michael Bay's little... like whatever his little production company, Platinum Dunes, is sitting ahead of the logo to start. They were the ones that remade the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake with Jessica Biel. And then they're the ones that did the Friday the 13th remake in 2009. So this is like, well, let's attempt to do this. And of those three, like this is the weakest one by far. I think Friday the 13th is the best one. Like it's been a while since we watched that Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, but that was still had Eric Balfour in it, remember?
Yeah.
So those were all like pretty solid for what they were, but this is like a step down.
It was on the wave of it,
yeah. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Like I was like midway through this movie, I was kind of like, maybe this won't be that terrible, like, you know, compared to what I've heard. But you know, it was just like, it's very forgettable, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why I forgot. I had watched it years ago, and I'm like, I don't remember nothing.
And like, I don't think they're gonna come back to this well anytime soon. It's been 10 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy that it's been 10 years since this remake. Huh? Feels like forever. Anyway. That's another McMuscles Midnight Massacre, and until next time, what's the thing?
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
You're in my world, bitch.
Yeah.
It's prime time, bitch. What is it, bitch? Welcome to my world, bitch.